another upload for today with regard to the human rights abuses and the intentions of very guilty culprits that have been of a very serious distortion, very serious disruption, and very serious disrespect, with no consideration for the implications of ignoring the issue of royal patronage, of my royal title being disrespected. And truly, as I've reiterated throughout these uploads, my qualifications as an anthropologist, as a graduate of culture and sociology and media, societally, culturally, in many respects, I have huge concerns with regard to the perspective of the individuals that have been of offence since 2006 and that are still to this day disrupting the peace and causing disruption. So I'm quite fortunate in black and white terms. I have my royal patronage and there are obligations to be fulfilled and respected with regard to that. I'm fortunate with humanitarian protection. I'm fortunate with Regent's Law. I'm fortunate with my recovery advocacy. So in many respects I have a clean track record also. So therefore there, it's a even bigger plus. So I'm really amazed, I'm really astounded that throughout the past 3 to 4 years of all these offences occurring, there has been a collective dominating a situation where they have been of repetitive offences, repetitive slander, repetitive nonsense, and just basically monopolising a situation that I think is quite hazardous, personally speaking, for the recent progress in politics and the recent legislation that arose from my experiences and my profession and my purpose. So I've emailed the relevant politicians and bodies and agencies this morning. I'm still waiting 3 years on, and there's a royal title being disrespected by individuals that are not courteous enough to be professional or mindful of the implications of their treason and slander. So basically, as I've mentioned in a previous earlier upload, there was the issue of repeat offences, denigration, displacement, defamation, damages to my bodily anatomy. I'm not eating solid foods anymore. Solid foods aren't a possibility due to the individuals that have been of bodily integrity damages and other dangerous damages that they caused to my body as well as my light body for their intents and purposes to exploit monetarily with regard to nature and wildlife and my farm holdings. So this is really quite a serious issue. As a universal light worker, as a sacred royal, I'm really concerned about the perspective of the practitioners, professionals and politicians that think there's a disposability possibility with a woman that has contributed positively to society and that's owed more than words since 2006. So there's a very big issue being caused that hasn't been resolved and that has involved defamation of my good name, character and reputation, and people violating proximity and privacy and my personal information. So I'd appreciate the Honourable Government acknowledging the legislative developments that have been occurring. I'd appreciate them respecting my ancestral property of my marriage and also the child that was unlawfully separated from me without proper procedures or any proper explanations. So this is what's happening. This is the latest update, and as regards sanity and sobriety, I'm very concerned about those disrespecting confidentiality and anonymity and privacy. So that's just another little issue, and when the Honourable Government is prepared to meet with me, discuss these problems, I'd be really greatly appreciative. I've worked very hard for the betterment of society, and those prospering from my work are being a little bit discourteous, disturbing the peace, and causing denigration, defamation, and displacement.